Drive CSX and Flexic X have set a new standard for realistic car damage on mobile. But what other new games have joined the mobile market? I've done some digging and found 10 fresh games with wild car crash physics that are definitely worth checking out. While some aren't super realistic, they're still a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's dive in. Our first game on the list is Extreme Stunt Races. In this game, you'll be pulling off high-speed jumps and slamming into obstacles with the thrill of a stunt driver. But when it comes to damage physics, it relies on hard body physics, meaning you won't see that lifelike deformation that gives collisions an authentic look. Every crash leaves marks, like dents and scratches, and the cars might lose some parts on impact, but the physics don't fully capture the dynamic crumple you'd expect in a real collision. I enjoyed launching off ramps and seeing the vehicles take on visible damage after each stunt, but it's clear this game prioritizes spectacle over realism. It's more about the thrill of speed and jumps than about capturing the true feel of a car collision. If you're looking for the satisfaction of seeing cars fold and crush in intricate detail, Extreme Stunt Races fall short. But for a fun, action-packed experience with light damage effects, it's still an entertaining pick. Next up, we have Car Crash Test Simulator. This new crash sim aims to bring crash testing to mobile, with a range of vehicles and crash scenarios to explore. The game allows you to launch your car down slopes or into walls, watching parts fly off in dramatic slow motion. While this adds a cinematic touch, the damage physics are still hard body, meaning the cars don't deform as you'd expect with true soft body physics. I had fun experimenting with different angles and speeds, and the slow motion feature gives you a front row seat to each impact. However, even with parts separating on impact, the damage doesn't go beyond surface level scratches and detached components. If you're a fan of visual effects and enjoy the drama of parts scattering after a crash, Car Crash Test Simulator that provides that. But it's a bit of an illusion. The collisions don't capture the true physics of a car crumpling under impact, as you'd see in BeamNG. Still, it's an entertaining option if you're not focused on absolute realism. Next up, we have Crashout Car Demolition Derby. In Crashout, you get to dive into demolition derby-style races where crashing into rivals is the main attraction. With a range of vehicles from pickups to SUVs, this game creates a fun, destruction-based environment. However, as with most mobile simulators, it relies on hard body physics, so don't expect ultra-realistic deformations. Each crash results in visible damage, like dents and scratches, but without the dynamic crumple you'd see in a soft body physics game. But what stands out in the Crashout is the variety of modes. You've got Quarry Mode, where you race while trying to force rivals off the track, and Demolition Derby Mode, where the goal is to create as much damage as possible. The crashes look impressive, but it's clear the game prioritizes fast-paced action over true collision realism. If you're here for a hard-hitting, crash-heavy experience, Crashout is a solid choice, though it lacks the depth of soft body physics. Coming up next is Simple Car Simulator. In the Simple Car Sim, you get the ultimate freedom to build your own crash scenarios. This sandbox game lets you design custom tracks, set up obstacles, and see how your car handles each impact. It's perfect if you want to control every detail, but the physics are still hard body, so don't expect full deformation. Every crash results in scratches and broken parts, but the lack of soft body physics limits how realistic the collisions feel. Now, what I enjoyed here was the flexibility. The game allows you to switch between first and third person, giving you different angles on each crash. You can even test various cars, from racing vehicles to trucks, adding some variety to your crashes. Whilst the Simple Car Sim doesn't offer the true-to-life crunch and crumple of soft body physics, it's an entertaining playground for experimenting with different setups. If you're looking for customization with simplified damage, this game is worth a try. Our next game is Highway Car Crash Simulator. In this game, you'll experience the rush of high-speed racing as you dodge traffic, pull off drifts, and push your car to the limit. But when it comes to crash physics, it's also about hard body reactions here. Each collision results in visible damage like scuffs and scrapes, but the physics don't capture the realistic bending and crumpling of a true soft body setup. Although, one of the game's strong points is its open-world city setting, where you can explore, drift around corners, and earn points to upgrade your car's performance. The thrill of near misses is real, but if you're after that genuine physics-driven collision feel, this game won't deliver that intricate realism. For fans of intense traffic dodging action with simple damage visuals, Highway Car Crash Simulator offers a well-optimized, high-speed experience that's fun but keeps it basic on the physics side. On our next spot, we have VAZ Crash Test. There's something oddly satisfying about pushing a car to its absolute breaking point, and VAZ Crash Test delivers that thrill. While some games overload you with options, this one zeroes in on quality, offering a dedicated crash simulation experience that feels both immersive and intense. Now, the damage modelling on the VAZ might not be soft body physics like BeamNG, but it still manages to capture the brutal aftermath of every misstep. And one thing I appreciated was the simplicity. You're not distracted by a roster of vehicles or overcomplicated modes. It's just you, the VAZ, and a playground of destruction. Sure, the game could benefit from more variety, but there's something refreshingly focused about sticking to one car and truly mastering its limits. For anyone curious about how far they can push a car before it falls apart, this is a solid pick. It's not BeamNG, but for a mobile game, it does a decent job delivering on the crash test fantasy. Would I call it realistic? Not entirely, but it's certainly entertaining. Up next, we have RusCarsDamags. Well, let's be honest. RusCarsDamags markets itself as a realistic crash test simulator, just like every other game on this list. But if you're hoping for soft body physics like BeamNG, you won't find it here. Instead, what you get is an over-the-top, exaggerated take on car destruction that's more about spectacle than realism. And honestly, that's where the fun lies. The game features a wide range of cars, and smashing them into barrels or walls is undeniably entertaining. The damage physics are definitely in the hard body category. Cracks, crumples, and flying parts are dramatic, but they don't reflect how a real car would behave in a crash. But what makes RusCarsDamags enjoyable is its chaotic nature. Watching your car fly apart in unexpected ways after a high-speed collision is oddly satisfying, even if the damage mechanics aren't exactly grounded in reality. Plus, the variety of vehicles and the inclusion of environmental effects, like exploding barrels, keep things fresh. This is not the game for purists chasing ultra-realistic physics, but if you want something flashy and destructive to kill time, it delivers. Next up, we have BeamDrive. In the BeamDrive, you're given control of the iconic VAZ car, set up for a series of extreme crash tests. The game focuses on durability, testing the VAZ in various destructive scenarios to see how much damage it can take. But as with most mobile games, the physics are hard body, meaning crashes result in surface-level damage rather than the realistic, gradual crumpling you'd find with soft body physics. Parts fly off, windows shatter, and dents appear, but the overall structure of the car remains intact. What's enjoyable here is the simplicity. It's a focused experience with one car and one goal: see how far you can push the VAZ. The damage visuals are satisfying for quick bursts of gameplay, and each crash scene is engaging to watch. However, if you're looking for soft body physics that react dynamically to each impact, BeamDrive lacks that depth. It's a fun pick for quick, straightforward crash tests, but don't expect full realism. Next, we have AC Car Sim. In this game, you get to crash a wide range of vehicles, from trucks and buses to classic Soviet cars, across diverse maps. Each collision looks visually striking, with parts flying off and crash test dummies reacting inside. However, as with other games on the list, the physics are still hard body. The game includes unique maps, from highways through mountains to a village setting where you can experience arena and platform crashes. It even has customization options, letting you change the colours of your vehicles to add a personal touch. But while AC Car Sim provides an engaging crash experience, it doesn't capture the full realism of soft body physics. It's great for a variety of crash scenarios, but if you're after authentic deep damage mechanics, this one's still a step behind. Finally, to wrap up our list, we have Jump Car Crash Simulator. In the Jump Car Crash Sim, you get to experience dramatic crashes by launching cars off cliffs, sending them plummeting into obstacles below. The game makes each collision visually thrilling with slow-motion options that let you watch the destruction unfold in detail. But again, this game relies on hard body physics, so while the crashes look dramatic, they lack the genuine crumple effect you'd find in soft body simulators like Drive CSX or Flexic X. But one of the highlights here is the freedom to try different vehicles, from trucks to sports cars, and see how each one fares in a massive demolition playground. You can control the crash setup, adjust the camera angle, and watch parts fly in every direction. The game's graphics and sound effects enhance the crash experience, making it feel intense, but the damage remains on the surface. For those who want a fun, high-impact crash game without needing full realism, this game is a great way to end our list. And that wraps up our list of the best car crash simulators on mobile. Seeing that most of these games use hard body physics really makes us appreciate the developers behind Drive CSX and Flexic X for bringing us soft body realism. So kudos to them. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and subscribe for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.